Welcome.
Welcome to the celebrated nightly news of Calaveras County.
This is John, and I'm Sarah, and we appreciate you coming here.
We really do, and we really appreciate you stopping by. We've heard some good comments.
Yes.
And one thing we'll say on the top of the news is this will be the last night that you'll see our kind of existing set. And we'll use that term very loosely.
Loosely, yes.
And tomorrow night there will be some fun and exciting changes, we hope.
Yes.
To our set to give us one would hope a bit more professional look and feel to it, and then also give us some more capability.
We were at the height of professionalism.
Oh, of course, yes. But also make it a little bit, add some more things that we can do with our
make it a little more exciting.
Broadcast. Yes.
And interesting.
I guess to top the news tonight is one of the things is if you've been listening to the radio or some of the other things today or looking at our site, thepinetree.net earlier, you notice about a little after 8 this morning we posted a story on a death on Murphy's Grade Road. This is we know of at least the second, maybe the third this year of fatality on Murphy's Grade Road. You know, this is a section that people tend to, I don't know what it is. It's just one of those. It's a sad thing, and I'll read from here from the CHP release. And this morning, here it is, and the man's name is Eric Jarvie, and he was 22 years old. Yeah. And he was riding with, there was 3 of them in the car, 3 all Hathaway Pines and Arnold residents, but corridor residents. And ostensibly, they were coming up eastbound on Highway 4. A little, obviously, too fast for the conditions. Lost control, went off over into the creek. The car landed upside down in the creek. And Mr. Jarvie was ejected and pronounced dead at the scene. And our thoughts and prayers go out to the family and friends. Definitely. And it's one of the things that we don't want to start the top of the news with. But it happened today. And that's a stretch of road that, and I think especially to the young kids out there, it's be careful, because all it takes is one screw up, one little lapse of consciousness, and you not only could possibly have ending your own life, but impairing the lives of your parents, for the rest of their lives. And so just be careful. And and also on that note, let me look. We've also had 5 comments on the site, and let's see. And also, do you want to touch a bit on the Portinga thing? And I'll look at some of these comments and see if there's anything here.
Well, we thought we would talk about the Jared Portinga
golf tournament.
Inaugural.
Yes,
actually, Jared Portinga golf tournament, and this will actually benefit the family. And if you remember correctly, it wasn't that long ago that Jared Portinga got in an accident on Murphy's Grade Road with his motorcycle. He was an Angels Camp police officer, and he passed away due to that accident. And what they've done is they're having a golf tournament that will raise funds for the family.
Yeah.
And that will take place this Friday, August 17th. And it will include a silent auction, hole-in-one prizes, and dinner at camps. The actual event will take place out at Greenhorn Creek in Angels Camp. And you can actually go to the site, thepinetree.net.
We have the entry form there.
It starts at 11:30 a.m., which is the pre-tournament registration, and 1 p.m. is actually a shotgun start, 4-person scramble. Yeah.
And I just looked at some of the comment threads on attached to this article. There's nothing that we'll add, just in the fact that for kids, be careful. You know, it just takes a moment's lapse for any of us, not necessarily just the young ones.
Exactly.
But there's been especially on that stretch of road.
It's very dangerous, and sometimes we all kind of get used to it because we drive it. Most of us that live up the hill drive that almost every day, I would say at least once a day, up and down. And you get used to it, so just have to think I think a little more sometimes when
Yeah.
you're driving up here in the foothills.
Because one thing, it not only changes obviously the life of the Jarvie family forever, but also for the man who was driving the car.
Exactly.
You know, especially if alcohol was related or something like that, his problems are just beginning.
Yes.
And that's thoughts and prayers to the families of everybody involved, and just be careful.
And if you want to know more actually about the Jared Portinga fundraising golf tournament, the proceeds from this will be put in trust for his children.
Right.
And you can actually call Dave at 573-0040, Nathan 559-3495, or Maria at 728-4121. And again, that's at Greenhorn Creek in Angels Camp. And there will be dinner at Camp's Restaurant, and it should be a really nice event. Very nice.
Now, also, see, this was an exciting day for me.
Because you didn't go to the Board of Supervisors.
Not that
Should I have said that? Oh, my goodness.
No, I was actually out doing sales instead. But, you know, this was, this is kind of her old beat.
Oh, yes, I go in and out. I mean, they see me do this 10 years ago. I then go into another arena, and then I come back, then I leave, and then I come back again. So I actually went in and sat in on the board meeting, and I thought, you know, I must have one of those twisted genes that actually,
She
I
likes
actually
it.
like
She
it.
likes it.
I like sitting in committee meetings. I like sitting in Board of Supervisors meetings. Maybe I'll run for office myself.
There you go. It's time to run for office, Sarah.
But actually,
See, they need some more. You know, this race is looking pretty exciting for this next round. They need more
That's
people.
right.
Yeah?
That's right. They do.
Yeah,
So
it should
it don't
be.
depend on which part of the county I move to, you know, because I am selling my house. So, you know, hey.
So
But top of Board of Supervisors news. Supervisor Russ Thomas watched us from Stockholm last week.
from Stockholm.
From Stockholm.
Oh, very cool.
Yes.
So he was in Sweden.
So he was in Sweden, and he watched us. That's the top of the news.
Oh, very nice, very nice. So the Calaveras County Nightly News is truly
It's an
international.
international news
Yes.
broadcast. Absolutely.
And I think that for a lot of people that are watching us on cable, that's kind of the fun thing of the website of this. Truly it is a international thing. I mean, it can be true, and I think that's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And actually, in other they actually did business.
Oh, they did, other than just watching us.
Just watching us,
Yes.
exactly. The change in the waste removal for old tires actually changed today. The policy changed, and residents who want to get rid of their tires can
Right.
now actually do it for free. They can dispose of 2 tires for free at the transfer stations that accept tire disposals, which is Red Hill, Wellesleyville, and Rock Creek.
Okay.
And they can also for free dispose of the tires at the amnesty days, because those will actually continue. And also, if you need to dispose of more than 2, you have to go to the Rock Creek facility, and you will be charged for the 3rd, 4th, 5th tire. So you can dispose of 2 tires for free, and then if you want to dispose of more than that.
Was there discussion on making so you could dispose of a set?
There was discussion. There was discussion about that, because
that seems
the
like a
question
logical
was,
question.
I changed my tires in 4s.
4 off? What do we...
But apparently they've been having trouble with stockpiling. And stockpiled tires are a breeding ground for mosquitoes. And there is
little puddle spots.
Puddle spots, and obviously there's a problem with concern about West Nile virus and the mosquito abatement. And also apparently businesses have been disposing of their tires in Calaveras County, because we charge apparently 40% less than almost everybody else.
No way.
Yes, the rates were set in 1992. So this will hopefully cause the business owners to actually dispose of tires in the particular waste stream that they are supposed to be disposing of them.
I mean, isn't that a reason to
public.
just buy property in Calaveras County anyway, so you can actually go to the dump?
True. Because it actually comes out of solid waste parcel tax.
Yeah.
Parcel fee, I should say. And actually, on top of sort of mosquito abatement, environmental health agency actually got a $10,000 grant to continue its mosquito abatement processes. And they are looking at actually now possibly getting another $14,000 coming down the pipeline from the state. And the state apparently
so we need to go have more puddles of water?
Yes, exactly. Apparently the state didn't release any funds for mosquito abatement, or very few. But because of the recent deaths from West Nile virus, they're allowing these grants to be awarded. And what they'll do is they'll pay for more staff, or more staff hours, more labor, testing and traps and materials, and basically more surveillance materials for the little mosquitoes.
Now, how do we fare? I mean, obviously down in, because I grew up down in the valley, is the mosquito abatement there even 20, 30 years ago was a huge deal just because it's all flat.
Yes,
it was
that's true. That's true. It's flat down there.
You could have a puddle that was just...
it's like it was just a breeding ground.
Yeah, just a breeding ground. It was just... you could have an 80-acre puddle.
That's right. That's true. It's just like, oh, hey.
A little bit.
Yes, exactly. And these were actually emergency funds released by the state. So we also have a new Deputy Director of Maintenance and Operations for Public Works. Vernon Haddix, I believe his first name is Vernon.
Very nice.
And
now, is this Tim McSorley's old spot?
I believe it is. I believe 60 people. 60 people will report to Mr. Haddix.
Oh, well, a report to Mr. Haddix.
Yes, exactly, within the department. So I'm sure Rob Houghton, who is the Director of Public Works, was quite happy to bring him on board.
He'll be able to do some more of that big thinking, huh?
The big
picture thinking.
Yeah, the big picture thinking.
You know.
Exactly. And actually, there's just a couple more things. Karen Varney spoke before the board today to talk about the decertification of voting machines by the Secretary of State.
How will that affect?
It will not affect Calaveras County.
Good.
Because our elections person, Karen Varney, apparently chose the correct machines that were not decertified.
Oh, way to go, Karen.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. Very nice. So it doesn't apply in Calaveras County at all. And if you remember, I've said quite often that we didn't even need to replace the machines that we had before, the punch machines, because there has never been a problem with voting in Calaveras County.
The sheer number of votes here in the county makes the process a little more manageable, doesn't it?
It does.
In some ways, you can throw a couple bodies at it and just kind of...
Well, more than a couple.
Well, I know, but that isn't what I meant. But I think it... Yeah, okay, I'll just be quiet now.
Yeah,
but I think that in some ways...
there are no issues
It's not like we're Cook County in Chicago or anything that has...
Exactly, and we're not Sacramento County or LA County or any of those counties. But it's still, it's a process that needs to be managed correctly.
Of course,
So she was very pointed about the fact that we will not have an issue.
Very nice. That is cool.
And also, request for proposal for a general plan consultant may come back before the board. This is another community development department issue.
And this is one of the ones we'll probably say as little on this as possible.
We will try to.
Oh, man.
They're going to look at, the board is going to look at actually going out to bid again, apparently, because when the initial process was, Supervisor Tom Tryon had said when the initial RFP process for a GP consultant was actually brought to forefront, there is some thought that only 3 consultants were consulted, were asked to participate, and only 1 actually
did a bid,
and the actual budget for these services is $740,000. And the bid that came in was $739,960. I always have trouble with these huge numbers. $739,960. So they will discuss actually going out to bid again to possibly get other consultants in the mix.
Now, do you think as we get into... See, because a lot of this stuff, it may have just been the correct process to go through. They may have been the only firm that really wanted to put a bid in.
Possibly, but if there is some question that only 3 firms were notified of the bid process,
Okay.
then you're looking at single source bidding.
Okay.
And that is not appropriate.
Okay.
So it needs to be put out to bid so as many companies find out about it as possible. And apparently there were reputable companies who found out about the bid process
After the fact.
about a week before the final filing date was set to take place. And they asked for a week extension to put all their paperwork
Sure.
together, and they were denied the extension. So
Well,
that
is a dumb question.
So they'll
talking
look at
to
that
local
next week.
politics. Do you think as we get closer, we're going to start to see lots of jockeying on
it's
issues?
interesting to see
It's
what
just-
happens. Even on the local level, it's really interesting to see how supervisors start to jockey for position
before, yeah,
before
and,
their elections.
Because a lot of things is doing the news is we hear all kinds of stuff off the record, behind
Yes.
the scenes and stuff of that could affect upcoming elections and things like that.
Yes.
And it's just an interesting thing to see the pieces that may or may not be true or hold water from,
Exactly.
that you've been told off the record. that
This
may
was
start
completely
to
on the
fit-
record,
Oh no,
so,
I know,
yeah.
but I mean that may start to fit into where people want to position themselves
Exactly.
for the upcoming election. It's kind of
It's interesting to
It
see.
is. It is.
It is. So you have this.
we do. We have a little press release, and this is one where we did post it on the pinetree.net a little earlier. So if you want to see the picture of last year's
Yes. By Jeff
budget,
White.
yes,
Who is a fabulous
and what they are
photographer.
looking for is they are looking for the iconic photograph for the county,
That's
right?
right. Mm-hmm.
They're looking for. This is for the budget. They're looking for a
Budget
picture
cover.
to go on the budget cover.
Yes.
So
yes.
if you have the shot.
That's right. The iconic Calaveras County shot.
That is worthy to grace the cover of this year's budget,
That's right.
right? And as an added bonus,
balanced.
it'll also but as an added one, since the state doesn't have one, they're going to use
Yeah.
I was going to say the state could use this
Could
photo
use
as
this
well,
photo as
right?
well.
There we
Exactly.
go. So,
Exactly.
just kidding, but no. So if you are the amateur photog out there,
Yes.
and you have the shot that you think is iconic for the county, then there you go.
That's right. You can
And you
turn
can
it in.
send it in to Linda Churches at lchurches at co.calaveras.ca.us
Yes. Very nice. As an attachment.
as an attachment. And her phone number is listed on here as well, so you could call her and talk about it. But really, the picture
You
is
should
worth
probably
1,000
just
words.
send the photograph. Yes. Linda is very busy.
Yes. It's like I can imagine. Hey, Linda, we heard this on the Calaveras News to come.
Yeah, that
She'll
would fly
never
like a
talk to
lead
us
balloon.
again. Yeah.
Yeah. Send the photograph.
Yeah. Just email it. Yeah.
And also, actually, rounding out Board of Supervisors news, 2 sheriff's deputies were honored as they retire by the Board of Supervisors. Dan Johnson, who actually has served for 28 years.
28.
28 years, and he's been a field officer, a narcotics officer, SWAT team leader, and all these sorts
Wow.
of wonderful things. Bill Claudino apparently knew him when he first came on board, and he said, I remember when you got here, and it just seems like yesterday. Yeah, we all feel that way, yeah. And the second was Keith Anderson, and he actually started out his law enforcement career as an Angels Camp police officer. Then he became a deputy detective and sergeant.
Right.
And was a resident deputy in Copper and Comanche, and managed the volunteer unit, and has done a lot in his 25 years as well. So he was honored as well at the Board of Supervisors.
Super.
Super at the supervisors.
Super with the supervisors.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah. That was.
That was extensive, wasn't it?
It was. She does a much better job on Board of Soups than I do. See, I have to confess, There was a couple times in sitting in board meetings where they got into a protracted discussion of CDBG block grants.
Yeah, well, they talked about that today,
Yeah,
too.
and all of a sudden, my eyes just rolled back in my head. It was like, oh no.
Are they giving them the money? Are they not giving them the money? I could just go on for another half hour
the
about
acronyms,
that. So
it was just, and I'm sure I will revisit the Board of Soup soon, but it was
yes.
interesting thing for the break today. Also, this is coming from KVML over in Tuolumne County. You may have heard that there was a missing 80-year-old hiker over in Yosemite, and her remains were found today. Her body was found today on that. That's a couple weeks after she went missing.
Oh,
but it sounds like, in a good thing, she was 80 years old, and she was doing what she loved. She was
true.
If you've heard a little bit, she was a real outdoors hiker. You know, I mean, it looks like she, if you're out there hiking Yosemite at 80, you lived every.
That's true.
You lived it.
You did. You did. So. I'm like looking. Okay, Calaveras Visitors Bureau.
That is a big one tomorrow.
Exactly.
That is a big one tomorrow.
At 5 p.m.
We went by the town center.
It will be held at the Coppertown Center.
The Coppertown Center. We went by there last week, and the interesting thing is they're pouring asphalt. They're rolling asphalt. So I'm assuming if they'd made the progress that they had the last few days, it should be all blacktopped and nice and pretty.
I bet it will. And they're going to be moving people in September, right?
Yeah, but it's amazing.
Which is just around the corner.
It's really amazing when they build these shopping centers. They always look the same, then all of a sudden they're done. You know,
exactly.
They have, there's all this construction and dirt and stuff, and once they get the asphalt in, it's like wow, it's done. It's ready to go. So you've probably been driving past it. Yeah, they got more buildings up, but it's still dirty and chain link fences.
And then all of a sudden it's clean. It's like, wow, we can drive in there.
All of a sudden it's done. So it's getting ready.
So that should be a very interesting thing to attend tomorrow, actually.
And also, a little bit of, we'll talk about this more on Thursday night, but also this is the start. We're getting geared up for a big Ironstone weekend. The concert series, now that the Bear Valley Music Festival's over, the Ironstone season will pick up the speed. So this weekend's going to be a big one. It's kind of the fun. They're also launching, I thought it was kind of an interesting local note on this one, is Ironstone is actually launching an entire wine label this weekend.
Are they?
Yes, they're launching an entirely new brand. It's going to be called the Three Winemakers, but it's actually going to be, that's the label, the Three Winemakers, Psychedelic Steve, Wild Man Russ, Jethro Jordy, but it's the Fillmore. They're billing this as the Fillmore Wines Festival.
Well, you know, it is the 40th anniversary of the Summer of Love in Haight-Ashbury, which may be what this is tied into. Because look at the
of
label.
Course.
Yes.
Yeah. The red haze. Right?
Yes.
But it's also going to tie into Ironstone's concerts. And I think where this will be so they can actually, it's a nice cross promotion, a nice, really nice way to start playing up the music.
The music, yes.
That is Ironstone along with it. And it looks like they have a white, a red,
and a Chablis?
I think so. A white, a red, and a blush.
Yes, that's it.
Something like that.
I was looking for
there we go.
blush.
So, if you remember this weekend, the Three Winemakers. So, along with UB40 and all the rest of it. So, it's going to be a big
weekend.
A big weekend.
Are you going out there? Oh, you will be going to UB40. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, we'll cover it out there. And it should be a fun one.
A fun weekend.
And also, can I push one more little thing?
Sure,
Oops, we got to go weather, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Also, at Steveno, they're going to have a Latin Magic salsa, a salsa party.
Wow,
so if you're looking for something spicy,
ha ha ha,
okay, all right.
And I did want to touch on one state headline. You know, I can't resist. We still don't have a budget.
Still don't have a budget.
And the headline is, only 12% of voters polled pay attention to budget crisis. The 7-week impasse over the state budget is holding up funds for road repairs, daycare, and health clinics, even here in Calaveras County. But the partisan political battle is barely registering with voters, according to a field study poll to release today.
Well, don't you think most people assume that it'll get done at some point anyway?
I think they do, but I think a lot of people don't pay attention
That's true.
unless it directly affects you, or if you're like me and you just watch. Well, it's another day without a budget. Yes, yes.
But I think, yeah, I mean, and a couple more little quickie little news pieces as a local note. And the Record Net, Stockton Record has a piece on enrollment declines,
Yes.
pinching rural areas, depends on how the schools are funded. If your enrollment drops, it can have a significant impact.
That's right.
And this one's on talking about the West Point area up there. And also there's ties into on the metal thefts, but also there's sentencing some guys down in Stockton, but I think on copper thefts.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's some interesting.
Because there is a lot of that copper and bronze, quite frankly.
Yes.
Bronze plaques are stolen very frequently off of.
And Congressman Dan Lundgren will hold a town hall meeting in Jackson.
Okay.
At the Jackson Civic Center at 10 a.m. on August 18th.
Okay, so that's just around the corner.
Yes.
Very nice. Congressman Lundgren and the rest of our representatives are actually quite responsive to.
They spend
a lot of
time
out
in
here.
district, don't they?
They certainly do, and it's always good. Makes my heart happy to see that. Okay, now we're off to weather. Arnold weather. Actually, sunny tomorrow, 90 degrees. Thursday, mostly sunny at 84 degrees, and Friday, 84 degrees. And going down to Bear Valley.
Bear Valley.
Oh, it's going to be nice. Wednesday, mostly sunny at 83 degrees.
Oh, perfect weather.
Thursday, mostly sunny, a high of 79 degrees, and Friday, 78 degrees.
Now, from Bear Valley, we're sticking with the bee theme. We'll jump clear to Bangor, Maine for our viewer in Bangor, Maine.
Right
and
across the country.
I mean, it's for your Bangor, Maine weather. But see, they visit us consistently enough that we felt that we would be remiss.
That's right.
If we didn't cover Bangor, Maine weather.
That's right.
And we can be a lot of things, but not remiss.
That's right. We don't want to be remiss.
All right. 71 degrees is a high, 72 is a low, and that was today. 74 and 51 tomorrow, 75 and 59 with a little bit of rain showers on Thursday, and 76 and 50 with a few more showers on Friday.
Oh, so that's kind of nice too. A little nice change from the heat.
Yeah.
Murphy's weather. Wednesday, high of 93 degrees. Thursday, a high of 91 degrees. And Friday, another high of 93 degrees.
And also, we're doing something a little different. You know, we've been doing... yeah, okay.
Wow.
All right.
Ooh.
We pulled up Wallace weather.
Yes, yes.
Instead of
Valley Springs.
Yeah, Wallace weather. Okay. High of 95 tomorrow.
Ooh,
65 is a low. High of 92 on Thursday. A 61 is a low. And a high of 91 on Friday. 61 is a low. And a high of 91 on Saturday. 93 on... so it looks like good weather in Wallace.
Nice weather. And Angels Camp, same. Nice weather. Wednesday, sunny at a high of 90 degrees. Thursday, sunny at a high of 88 degrees. And Friday, sunny with a high of 91 degrees.
Thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate it, and we will be back tomorrow.
That's right.
With a brand new set, and we will be like, "Wow, did we tune into CNN?
That's right.
Yeah,
you'll be confused.
Yeah, it'll be just like
it'll be just us at Channel 7.
It'll in our ratings on we're going to pass Katie Couric more.
That's right. That's right. Right over the edge.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a good night.